Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Box. Well, hello. There's somebody there. so, tonight,
Hi. Hi.
tonight we're doing a surprise show, um, and we're going to be hitting things that has to do with cloning, vampires, a little bit on the Titanic, and some other stuff going on in the world because, well, it's the world's stupid right now. I mean,
It is.
between all the protest and the other countries and all the threats and all the other stuff, it's like I just stay in my house, man. Just stay in my little cubicle, and I'll still be sitting here when the world's done being stupid.
It is interesting times. And even right now, there's division happening within, like amongst the right and the left. I mean, it's just division and it's dividing even further. Because, for example, mainstream is moving forward with the Charlie Kirk scenario, and I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily following the mainstream narrative that he survived a bullet of that caliber and that person did the work behind it. And so what we're finding then is now our families are going with the mainstream narrative and they're like, well, wait a minute, what are you saying? You don't trust Erica Kirk? Or I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying, there's suspicion. And the fact that his death was covered up so fast and then just brushed over and just moved on. I mean, it was just so orchestrated, so seamless.
Yep.
And big venues were involved and stuff like that. So the world it's like, it's not that it's a stage and it's not like they're actors, but there is acting and it is a performance. But it's real life at the same time. And so it's awkward with family members now because now they're going to be saying, okay, um, well, why would they cover it up, or they dive even deeper, well, that sounds like a conspiracy. Well, my thing is the theories are usually wrong, but the conspiracies are correct. There's definitely information and facts that aren't matching up.
Did you know that that word conspiracy theory is an oxymoron? Do you know
Mm.
where that you know where
I
that
believe
came
it.
from? You know where
I
that
bel
came from?
No, and I believe it.
When JFK was assassinated, people started asking questions and too many questions. So the CIA invented that and started saying it's a conspiracy theory to make it look bad.
Yeah, right.
Because if you think about it, I mean, look at what's going on right now. Most conspiracies have come true.
Hmm.
They're happening.
Yeah. Now there's a stigma, about it, like with the right, a little bit. They like to get their news from reliable source or media or something like that. And so I noticed that quite a few people that were on the MAGA bandwagon and still are, in that sense, about making America great again, like maybe in its true form, when it was originated. Are now going along with the mainstream narrative, and some of us are saying, no, there's something wrong here. There's a cover up going on. And
There's quite a bit of there's quite a
so
few cover-ups going on.
so I've decided, I'm like, you know what? Why am I trying to baby this conversation a little bit, um, and talk out towards people that aren't even going to watch us because we're not part of mainstream? They consider us crap, like you know um content creators or whatever it is,
Well, they are
you
We Lied to You news, so I don't
and I'm
really
talking about a certain generation, of course. And
oh,
so,
yeah.
that's up there. And so it's like, and not so much the youth. And so I don't even have to worry about being watched by these people. And so I'm just tired of hearing people talk to them and trying to convince them or otherwise. And so I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to have the discussion and the conversation. And
Yep.
And let's just take it to the extreme, whatever that might be. Now, we started this discussion off building its foundation on um, architecture and
Right.
realizing that there was, technology that was built into these buildings and that not all is as it seems. And so this is building up as the world as a stage. And then we've discovered that there was the incident where there was 150,000 asylums, correct? And then 250,000 kids,
Right.
150,000 in asylums, 250,000 in orphanages. And so it would seem as if the children and the parents were separated.
Yep.
And I know there's people that have followed their family trees back to say, yeah, grandpa did get separated from the kids and put in a crazy home or something along those lines.
Right.
And so so our history is incorrect. We didn't build these buildings. There seems to be a performance going on, and it seems to be being put on by the elite. And I'll just say that.
Well,
Uh,
if you go all the way back,
mhm.
honestly, to tell you the truth, none of our history is correct. All of our history is a lie. Every bit
All
of
of
our
it.
history is a lie.
All of it.
Yes.
Or contorted.
It- well, that too. That too. It's a
It's even a
lie.
word.
It's a lie. It's been bent. It's been forged. It's been everything. You know. Apparently, people back in those days weren't grown enough to be able to handle the truth, or so they said. Is that true? Well, we don't know because our history is a lie. Go figure. Just go figure. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And then when we start to look out and we start to branch out from there, so we built our foundation and we start to get into the structure of this, and it's quite elaborate. There's quite a few things that tie into this. There's, as we discussed, resets,
Yep.
um, maybe even mud floods, and maybe even fossilization out there of titans and different things. So our geology is actually biology. So and you're looking at geography, which may be mountains, but that may be a giant of some sort, petrified. And so we're looking at different eras that have happened. And then you have to question, like, okay, well, what are we even on? Because we've never seen a picture of this planet from space that hasn't been marked. We didn't go to the damn moon. Every generation, what is it called now? Z. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
those ones. The ones.
they watch those moon landings and just laugh because they're like, these are so clearly, and then there's a lot of people exposing like how NASA and stuff use blue screens. So now allegedly, what are we even on, and what's surrounding us? And so when we start to dive into that and I say things like, well, the elite. Now, I say that because it's a class. It's almost like a club that you have to join.
You are correct.
just you can't just I don't know if it's called Operation Midnight or whatever that was, but you can only make a certain amount before you join.
Well, I think that the thing that I heard, I was looking back at some stuff. Uh, the Rothschilds have been in this stuff deep.
Yeah.
Okay, deep, 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 and it was their school systems that decided to hide all the truth. It was them being
Yes.
mixed in with big pharma.
Yes.
It was them who founded all of like your Skull and Bones, your all your elite school gathering like that. Those are what they call the elites. That's
Yeah.
them. Okay, and they have pointed our history and everything in the direction that they want it. Um, so can we believe it? No, no, and we know that now. But growing up, we didn't know. And it's a good possibility our family didn't know. You know, my grandmother, back then, people just did what they were told. And the problem they're having right now is mostly out of Gen X. Because we didn't give a crap.
Yep.
Okay. We played outside. We broke our bones. We still got up and walked around with broken bones sticking out of our legs. We didn't care.
Every day we had
Yes.
outside
Every day.
every
Every
day,
day. And for
unless it
the
was
most,
raining.
yeah. And for the, well, even then, I
Yeah.
used to not play in the rain.
Yeah,
But
we did.
so for the most part, Gen X sat back and we kept our mouths shut. Okay. Until we just couldn't keep our mouths shut anymore. Because all the generations after us, that's when they picked up the computers and the phones and all that stuff. And they got involved in ways that were mind control, basically. Where with us, hey, I'm computer stupid, but I stay that way on purpose because I don't want to be, trying to let something else grab my attention when it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Look over here, not over there. And that is exactly what the phones and the games and all
Mhm.
that stuff is for. Look over here, not over there. So in the meantime, all of the younger generations are just letting all this stuff slide and, oh, it's wrong or it's racist or this offends me or this or that. Shut up. If you want to sit there and go play your games and leave the real work to the adults. Go ahead. Because too much has gone away. So now we are no longer somebody's woken up Gen X and y'all better run for your lives because we're not putting up with it anymore and we're speaking out and we don't care. We never cared when we were younger. That's why we broke bones and we didn't care. You know, and we're
Yeah.
definitely getting back to not caring now. They woke sleeping giants and that's the way it is.
Shoot. I remember climbing up in trees and jumping out of them with umbrellas, hoping I'd fly and shit like that, as a kid, thinking it was possible.
My stupid brother did that on a roof. He got up on a rooftop and did that, and I'm like,
We tried
"You
it
go, Mary Poppins."
tried it with sheets. We just were convinced.
Yeah,
But
we were
yeah, it was
convinced we
fun.
could fly back then. Yes, yes, we
And then we
were.
had our bikes.
True.
Yeah, I had on my
Bikes,
bikes.
skateboards, and roller skates.
And roller skates.
I broke a bone on each one of those. on, a, on a bike, a
I
skateboard, and
don't mean
roller
to laugh,
skates.
that's horrible.
No, it wasn't. It was fun. I went out and I learned things. I had to learn the hard way. I had
I
to break
never
something before I finally got it right. So, burned my hand on the burner before I finally figured out how to cook. I one time, because I used to have really long hair, I went to make something on the stove and wasn't paying attention. And I put the pan down, turned the burner on, and apparently my hair had gotten underneath the between the burner and the pan. I'm like,
Mhm.
what is that smell? Oh, set my end of my hair on fire. It's like, oh my god. But we learned things the hard way. That's the way we
Yeah.
did it, you know. And you know what? I don't regret anything in my life really because had I not had the life that I had, no matter what bad happened to me, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I only could imagine how different, you know. Hi, Monisha. But
Hi, everyone.
yeah,
Okay, and we will continue to dive in deeper into certain things as well. Like you said, our history is all false. Um, who were the true natives of America? Um, that's debatable. And because I know there was red-haired giants in one portion of this land, and then there was Native Americans in another, but the Native Americans are actually the newest race. possibly a cross between Hawaiian and Japanese, something like along those lines. And then, um, but I don't believe that, slavery happened in the way that they said it happened,
Right.
and that they came over on ships, because I think that's a discouraging story. I do believe that they are the natives, and the technology and everything was theirs that we're now occupying. And so there's things to dive in there. And then with these elite, um, there's some interesting things going into this. Okay, so there's 200 craters around the Earth, correct?
Right.
That's what they're saying. And then there's 200 fallen.
Right.
So is that a coincidence or not? And
I
if the
don't believe
fallen,
in I don't believe in coincidences
okay,
by no means.
and if they're down here, what do they look like, and how would we recognize them? And so that's what we're going to dive in today, because I'm a little perplexed. I've been watching this one. Well, we'll look. There's been others that have done this, but this one gentleman on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, but fittest flat earther, and he's been comparing faces, and so
I know him well.
it stretches. He stretches the boundaries. You want to hate him, and yet you can't turn your face away from him, because he's got points, but yet sometimes he's trying to connect things that I'm
Sometimes
just like,
I do pay
I don't know.
yeah, I do pay attention to him because sometimes he does hit the nail on the head.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, that's what I'm
knowing
noticing.
knowing what I know, sometimes he does hit the nail on the head, but there's sometimes that he is off and he's wrong,
Okay,
and that's okay. I mean, he still figures it out, but I do know who you're talking about,
I
and I
suspect it's because he has a theory behind this, and it's like the conspiracies can be real, but sometimes the theories can be off. But it doesn't take away from the conspiracy a little bit. So, but his theory is that they're vampires, and they're drinking things that come from children that have been terrorized, and rubbing it on their faces and drinking it, to euthanize or to regenerate themselves to be younger, and then they have to fake their deaths and recreate a new identity. So he's finding similarities between their faces, saying that, where we're proportioned between our nose and our lip and our chin is all varies, so when you get two people that match up perfectly.
now his theory on that.
Mhm.
Um, I do know that
Yes.
there are people that walk this earth that have been here and have
Yeah.
not gone away. Now, are they the fallen angels? Yeah, yeah. Um, but, however, what's to say these people come out, they're stars, they do their thing. Every time they have a reset, well, what happens? Everybody goes away. And then they come back and they
Hmm.
continue to do their stuff, and they're actors and they're singers and they're this and they're that. I mean, history repeats itself, so why not repeat the people? I mean,
And so that gets into what we're getting into here, and we'll watch a couple of his videos, just to, so we can catch the idea of what I'm getting into a little bit
yeah.
better,
And I
and
mean,
engage the audience here, more. So I just wanted to introduce it. Um, but I think there is other explanations, and I think he is correct in some instances.
yeah,
You can't ignore what he's saying, because he is right in some places and then a little stretched in others.
yeah,
But
yeah. So I've got the first one that you sent.
watch that
See
one.
if I can fix that. There we go. Make sure the volume is on before I stick it on here, because I'm really good at sticking things on here and not turning the volume on. But okay, here we go.
They aren't clones, they aren't lookalikes, they aren't reincarnated. They're vampires. Literal vampires. And I'm going to show you. You see, I've spent the past 2 years not just speculating, but proving that the people we think die young on the TV and in the music industry don't. They just change their roles and fake their deaths. And like I said, this isn't speculation. I've proven it with tons and tons of facial markings and scars and things that are too coincidental. Too coincidental to not just be the same person. Hugh Jackman was country star Keith Whitley, who died at 33 years old. And when I first started doing this, the age gaps weren't that big of a deal because they weren't that.
Now that one I definitely believe, because I know exactly who he's talking about.
Big. But recently, there have been some very large age gaps.
Oh, yes.
Here we go with the commercial. All right, yeah.
At least it's a decent
Like
one.
with Dale Earnhardt, who died hitting a wall, turned into Morgan Wall in. And this isn't speculation. You can literally see the exact same scar right there and right there. Yeah, they did some work on it, but you can't miss that. You see, Morgan is 32, and Dale, if he was still alive, would be 74. That's a large age gap. But like I said, they're not people. They're vampires. Fallen angel vampires who consume blood to keep their youthful appearance. And not just keep it, but literally age reduce. Here's Robert Johnson, who died in the 40s, and Denzel Washington. El. Do you know what El is? Yep. You know, like Elohim, the sons of God, otherwise known as angels, and there are literal fallen angels here, and most angels have the name El attached. Michael, Gabriel, Azazel, Denzel, Elon, who just shares the exact symmetry and birthmarks as the first rocket man, known as Werner von Braun. The exact same markings. Kind of like that matches that. And that matches that. And that big old scar seems to match a scar that, again, they try to fill in. So you're not as aware as they want you to be. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Again, they tried to remove the moles. Elon and Werner. Let's take a look at the most wicked man to ever live, Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
Aleister, and Joe Rogan.
They do look a lot alike.
You know what? You want to hear something funny? Without even hearing that, when I first seen Joe Rogan, I was like, God, he looks so familiar, but I didn't know where he was from. I had no idea.
Okay.
And I've always thought that he looked like, I thought, well, maybe he's a relative of Aleister Crowley because he sure does look like him. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, exact. And so does Aleister's little scar there that, again, they tried to fill in. So you wouldn't be the wiser. I found the exact same.
And you know what's funny? Didn't Joe Rogan recently decide to be baptized and accept Jesus?
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Those are two different faces to me right there.
Well,
similar.
They are similar. They've been doing plastic surgery for a long time.
And that's what he's getting into. Are they shape-shifting? Are they face-changing through surgery? Or are they wearing masks and prosthetics? You know, maybe all of the above.
That's hard to say, but I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Hi, Jason.
markings on them. Robert Johnson, who would literally be 114 years old if he were still alive.
And
Robert Johnson, who is
70.
literally known as someone who said he sold his soul to get good at music. And like I said in the beginning, they're not clones, they're not replicas, they're not lookalikes. They're the same undying vampires. Fallen angel, undying vampires. It's why they
Tyler.
their deaths. Because if you saw them not aging or age reducing, you would think something was up. You would know something was up. And they tell us how they do it in the movies. They put it right under our nose. Do you know how Tom Cruise went from old and decrepit looking in Interview with a Vampire to this? I'll give you a clue. Now, I'm not going to say this out loud, but I'm going to have you follow along.
Now, I know something about Tom Cruise
Mhm.
that a lot of people don't know. And I am not sure what he's saying about him. He's on the right track, but he's hitting the wrong beast. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
Okay.
A concept mirrored in recent studies that show factors in can rejuvenate aging tissue in real life.
Yes, of course it can. Now,
Oh, and you know what else they put in movies? Faking death to escape suspicion. Modern vampire fiction and role-playing games frequently feature vampires faking their deaths or disappearing to avoid suspicion in stories. A vampire's life cycle typically involves
Faking deaths.
yep. And have you ever seen the Vampire Diaries? Did you ever see those?
No.
Okay.
Should
So
I?
in the Vampire Diaries, it shows like the one guy, Stefan, he's high school age, like 17. That's what he is. But when they get to the point where they graduate, and after a year or two, he has to leave and go somewhere else for 10 years and then come back till people forget who he is so he can go back to high school again and do it all over again because he doesn't age and vampires don't age. Now, some of these, if they're doing makeup, I can see some of them aging. You know, the one that doesn't, that I have always said this since I was little, is Cher. That woman don't age ever. Matter of fact, she looks better now than at 70 something than she did in her 20s.
That's true.
And I don't think they can do plastic surgery that much all the time. There's no way. It can't happen. So
Is it cloning? Yeah, I don't know. Are they
with her,
replacing them? Are they replace?
no,
I don't.
I think that bitch is. I think I'm sorry. I think she is a vampire. I do. I honestly think she is a walking, non-heart beating, semi-breathing vampire.
Okay.
For real.
living under a human identity until their physical agelessness becomes obvious to their friends and family. And then they stage their deaths. And you know how I keep saying they tell us? Well, there's a certain type of this that's called A113. It rhymes with a Shmrina brome.
Yeah.
A Shmrina brome.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say that.
Now watch what they put in their movies.
Share.
Remember, I said a certain type of this is A113.
Yeah. We know. Go ahead, Tyler. You get it. Yep.
I know.
It was in the movies. Yep.
In this game, your heroes will die. A lot. With every
I don't care
defeat,
about this
a
game.
new hero takes on.
Yep. I think it was also in Monsters Inc. and Toy Story and yep,
Oh,
Finding Nemo.
oh, I didn't. Oh,
Yep,
They tell us.
yep, they do.
They have to.
Yep,
Kind of
whispering
like
is creepy.
a vampire in the movies. They have to invite you in. Yeah, they have to tell you because they can impact your free will. They need to deceive you and fool you. It's just universal law because we all have free will and they can't impact it. They just convince you otherwise.
yep.
But of course, all this for entertainment purposes. I don't really think they're a bunch of fallen angel vampires running around. This is
Of
John
course.
Wayne Gacy
Yeah.
and Garth Brooks. You know,
Now
John Wayne
this.
Gacy.
Oh wait,
Think about it.
they've been putting in some of the things that Garth Brooks is actually a serial killer.
Yes,
everywhere
yes,
he played, people came
and,
up missing and dead.
and where he's lived before in those areas, there's been missing. Yes.
You know, I never thought of that. John Wayne Gacy, huh?
Yeah.
But John Wayne Gacy used to like to dress as a clown. Garth Brooks doesn't dress as a clown. He dresses as a cowboy.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well,
gosh.
maybe he
I
should
forgot
dress as
about
a
the
rodeo clown.
Mass murderer who had
Yeah.
a bunch of children
Yeah.
under his basement.
That's what they said.
Entertainment only, people. This one should have gone in my subscribers area, probably.
That's
It
right,
might still.
Jason.
I think it is. I did this for the public, guys, but I literally just decided this second that this has to be for you guys because this might get me actually taken down and banned. So I'm gonna
Tyler,
give this
don't
to
rub that
you,
off
my
on me.
beautiful
Knock it off.
friends, my beautiful subscribers. And yes, I have found all of them.
Yeah.
All of them perfectly well
That's
and
great.
alive and age reduced and younger and yep. Tim Dillon, Luke Combs, the dude, I can't think of his name, Bane, the guy that plays Bane, Ariana Grande, what's his name? It's fading me.
I don't remember.
Andy Warhol, Scott is a YouTuber.
It's a YouTuber.
Scott Dyke, Bradley Cooper, the new Superman. And he's the dude from
Yeah. We're getting
Sons
old.
of Anarchy.
There you go.
Introduce a little anarchy.
Turns out if you've
Now-
been in a car accident,
Let me tell you.
Sorry.
Now let me tell you. We have a thing. Oh, hello, puppy.
It's storming outside, so she's a little scared.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Mine doesn't like thunder. He gets really mad and barks at it. He doesn't cower to it. He just lets his feelings be known. But now remember, I want you to remember also one thing. Now, I'm not talking about most of the people he talked about because yeah, I got it. But there are some people, we have technology that they don't let out, that only the rich people have access to.
Okay.
And it can age regress.
Now I wonder. I think they've had to. I wonder if it's been taken from them
Well, it
and
can't
put on
only-
the other side of the ice wall. You know.
Yeah.
But like if they're accessing it or they're.
And it can't only age regress. If you pass away, say in a helicopter crash, and you're taken there immediately, you can be brought back and healed.
Okay.
If supposedly, and I'm waiting for this one, because I heard this and I haven't heard it happen with anybody yet, so I'm waiting. But supposedly it could even grow limbs back. But it's done by the sound and vibrations of, natural things. Now, I thought at one time how strange it is that like lizards can grow their tails back. Well, they're out there in nature. They're on the earth. They're running around. They're close to the vibrations of the earth and healing and all of that. So there you go. Interesting. So now you sent me more. Oh, wait, that's not you. Let me see. That was the
Zach Arthur's one. That could be interesting.
Yeah, right? Okay. I'm just trying to see which one. Let's see. That's 2. That's 1. That's 3. So I think this one.
The next one down, I think, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm looking.
And that
Be quiet. Let me. Not you. I'm talking to the stupid. I'm talking to the commercials. I hate them commercials. God, they drive me insane. But we have another one. Wait. So if these stars eventually die, dude. I don't think that vampires eventually die. I think there has to be something that someone gets them. I mean, and they stay younger. And they tell you in the movies all the time.
Like the Dark Crystal, where they're sucking the essence out to become youthful, or even like I know there's been witches that have done it in the Walt Disney movies or something, have sucked people's essence or something to look younger.
Yeah. They did that when they made Harry Potter. They made the what they call them, death something or another. And that's what they would do, is they would suck your soul right out of your body. Okay. I got another Tyler up here. Tyler, don't be getting me in trouble and saying stupid things. You hear me? Silly.
Vampires aren't real, and Christian Bale definitely isn't one, and they're definitely not trying to tell us anything with the blood all over his face. Nah, that's ridiculous. But we'll get back to Christian, in a second. But first, I gotta show you something. You see, I was watching this documentary on John Candy to see if there was any truth in plain sight about him being Luke Combs. Luke, the country singer who just happens to have the exact same nostrils and beard and mustache, and his name is one of the gospel names, and his name is one of the gospel names, and his name is Combs, and his name is Candy, and they're both sweet. Those guys. Well, I was looking for something there, but I saw something completely different. I saw a scene with John Candy and Egon, aka Harold Ramis, and I couldn't help but recognize this smile right there.
I recognize
It
it.
was so familiar to me, like I had seen it somewhere before. Like I had seen it so many times before, because my favorite movie that I've seen dozens of times used to be Batman Begins, starring Christian Bale. And I'm what they call a super recognizer. I recognize facial features like that. And I knew it right away. I knew that I caught another blood-sucking vampire. The ones that drink a Brine and also put blood on their face to rejuvenate their skin. Kind of like they're disclosing to us with Kris Jenner. That's not plastic surgery, that's... But anyway, back to Christian, a.k.a. Egon, a.k.a. Harold Ramis. You see, I could even recognize those lips, because Christian Bale's got some pretty unique lips. Is that weird? I mean, he just does. They're just noticeable. And hey, it almost looks like...
I had somebody tell me one time, well, there is no way. Look at the eyebrows. Dude, Do you think women's eyebrows are naturally thin all the time? No, we have them waxed. Do you think you can't do that to a man? Why, yes, you can.
Or laser them, yeah, or
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Like he said, they could use prosthetics, plastic
and
surgery.
they use a putty sometimes on chins to make them look longer or different shape. They
I'm
use
wondering if
putty.
they're clones of each other and they just have similarities and difference. You know what I mean? I don't know.
From what I
Like
understand, the clones are identical, except they may not quite act the same. Like they're
mm,
oh, what is it I'm trying to say? Their physique is not the same. But other than that, they sound alike, they look alike.
hmm
So yeah,
because like you said, I don't know. Like I said, the elite are a club, and there's been resets, and
mhm.
so and like you said, I do imagine like Dolly Parton being in another era at some point and just being replayed, during this time or something along those lines, for
Do you
example.
know that if you were to walk into Dolly Parton in a grocery store, you would never know who she was?
Oh, wow.
She wears wigs.
Mhm.
She wears different things to make
Yeah,
her real self looks nothing like what she portrays when you see
yeah,
her on stage, in pictures, nothing.
yeah.
Anytime she meets anybody in public, she looks like she does, but her real self looks nothing like that. You would never recognize her in a store. And that's done by design. It's done on purpose.
It's okay.
All right, here we go.
Like they're wearing the same headphones, and he's holding an axe while he's holding a proton accelerator. And boy, they sure have similar serious stares
They do.
and similar hairline and chin structure. I mean, give him a shave and put those glasses on, and it could be the same person. But if you're still skeptical, just give me another minute while we look at the symmetry of their faces. And don't worry, I got something coming for you. Kind of like how I do right here with a scar on their chin that seems to, and I'll get closer so you can see, it seems to just match up perfectly right there. Would you look at that? Perfect scar placement. Wow, what a coincidence. And their faces match and their noses even match. If you just decrease the size of this big old schnoz to that schnoz, it's the exact same shape. Exact same. Just smaller. Do you want to see something? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
Sure.
Let's start you small.
Yeah, give it to us.
Small and right on their neck.
Look
Oh,
at that. Yeah.
Right there.
well then.
That's not it by a long shot. And even these aren't it by a long shot, where we have
Whoa.
one and two and two. We're just getting warmed up. Not even close to giving you the best one yet, because, well, one or two or three could be coincidence. I got something for you. And this isn't even it, but I'm still gonna show you anyway how they both seem to have a scar right there. Right there, right there, right there.
Yep.
And again, just to show you who it belongs to, American Psycho and Egon Spengler with the same exact lips. And what have I shown you already? 4? I think I've shown 4. Now why don't we take a look at this scar right there? Almost looks like a Batman symbol upside down. Right there.
Uh-huh.
And right there. The exact scar in the exact same place on this flipping vampire. Now let's scroll out and let's scroll back in. Kind of looks like a similar mark right there And there. In the exact same spots. But here's maybe my favorite part of all of it. If Egon Spengler is Bruce Wayne, don't you think that Batman might want to take some of his friends with him for a movie? Do you know who Harold Ramis was good buddies with? John Belushi. Yeah, they were good buddies. He helped write Animal House. He was Bluto in Animal House. Well, did you ever see The Dark Knight Rises? You know, the one with Bane. You know, Bane, played by Tom Hardy. You know, Bane, played by Tom Hardy. Hey, they were sure chummy in that movie. Kind of chummy like Harold Ramis and John Belushi were. You ever see the video I did on Tom Hardy and who he used to be? No, you never saw that one? You never saw that one? Well, you should maybe go check it out. Maybe really go check it out. And I made this before I realized that vampires were real. But of course, all this for entertainment purposes. I'm sure when I saw that and recognized it immediately as him and all their facial features and all their hairline and 8 different facial markings line up, it's just pure coincidence, people. Just like I don't think they were really trying to tell us anything in this movie, American Psycho. Just like I don't think they were trying to tell us anything with them wearing the exact same headphones and him wielding an axe and him wielding a proton accelerator. And their lips and nose being the exact same style and shape. And me saying he is him and him is him is just a coincidence that they happen to be in the same movie together. Oh, I forgot to show you something. Well, do you remember this scene from The Dark Knight Rises where Bane smacks him on the head from behind and he falls? Well, here's a scene from Chicago Improv where Tom Hardy, a.k.a. John Belushi, happens to smack Christian Bale, Batman, on the head and he falls down. That's mockery. That's them laughing at you saying, these idiots couldn't even figure it out if it was put right under their nose. Well, guess what? But like I said, entertainment only, people. I don't really think that these are minions of the fallen angels who drank gold juice and turned into half vampires. Kind of like the movies tell us. Entertainment only.
Right. And I thank my friend Tyler, the flat earth dude.
Yeah. So, what is the watching audience? Clones or vampires or actors, or is coincidence? I mean,
Well, I know for a fact that, you think about it, some of the people that have died young, and then damn well they didn't die because their death was, well, stupid. And then all of a sudden you have different people popping up. Did you see the one he did on JD Vance?
I think so. Yes.
It's like, where the hell did JD Vance come from?
Yes.
I know where he came from.
You think that's accurate then? Yeah, that's on there.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually I do. I do think that one is very accurate.
See, there's something to what he's seeing. I know he's seeing something. I'm not sure his
Not
theory
that I'm
is correct.
saying, not that I'm saying that guy. See, now that's where we gotta discern between, because some of the people that supposedly died because they had information they shouldn't have had, and they were gonna put it out. They were marked, okay, for death period. Well, so they fake their deaths, and if they're coming back as somebody else or they're playing a different role, your thoughts of the world as a stage is absolutely correct, because there are several people out there that are playing a role of people that were here before and they had to disappear. So that happens. I mean, the CIA has been involved in this stuff for a very long time. They've been involved in movies since day one. Tell me, what does the CIA have to do with movies? Nothing. Why are they involved in it? And they're megally involved in Hollywood for a reason. So some of that is it is what it is. Now you still have some of your other things here that don't make any sense, like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise never comes back as somebody else. It's always his same self. But that man, to me, Tom Cruise to me, he's not human. He's not human. There's no possible way that man is human. And no, no, no. Vampire? I don't think so.
Okay.
Something else? Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's not. There's something wrong with him.
Because when you look back at like the temples and everything, these things used to kind of walk amongst us. These deities and gods and giants and things like that. It's
Yes,
in the stories that the carvings say in the temples, you know.
and I mean that if you look at the carvings that are in all those, they
Hmm.
got the bird heads. I believe that is what those gods look like. That
Okay.
was not them saying, "Oh, they were wearing this bird head."
No.
No,
Yeah.
they were putting in what they seen. That was their way of movie. You figure they didn't really, you know, have movies back then. They didn't do paintings, really. They carved everything in stone. So they were carving in what they seen on a daily basis. So I believe that the Egyptian gods all did look like that. Bird heads, cat heads, wolf heads. That's the way they were. But they weren't from this earth, I do not think. And that's why they were considered gods, because where'd they come from? They came down from up above.
Yeah. And so they were ruling at one point and then left. And so now we have this elite class. Now I remember Penny Bradley saying that the first wave of population on Earth was vampiric and dealt with magic. And the second wave was Anunnaki and dealt with psionics or psychic abilities. Um,
Look,
so is there still a, like a lineage of
yeah.
the
Denise and
first
I,
wave?
Denise and Denise and I are on the same page. She says, "I agree, Brenda. I always thought reptilian." You are
Wow.
correct, Denise. Ding, 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 ding.
We got to get you near him somehow.
I know, right? All I have to do
Yeah.
is walk by him. I'll be able to tell. Be like, dude, you stanky. You stanky.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that some of it is play. Uh, there's a lot of things that are going on right now that have already been settled, and they're just putting it out there so people can see it. Okay, what's going on? Nobody can change because why? It's already happened. Um, it's kind of like an eye-opening experience. People, a lot of people are so close-minded to the things that have been going on for eons, decades on this planet, and they've just closed their eyes to it, and they refuse to accept that it could change, or it could be any other way, or that it is any other way, or that it's wrong.
Yes. Yes.
They just refuse to listen to any kind of reasoning. So you all better hang on and buckle up, because it's going to be thrown in your faces, and it's coming fast. So it's going to they
Are
have
you
to just spook the shit out of everybody.
talking about life in general, like the
I'm talking
performance
about
room?
everything that's going on. Oh yeah. and
Are
and all I can say is I'm just going to sit back with my feet up, going, let me know when it's over. It'll be all right. And that's what I tell everybody. You know, my biggest one is Glenn. God, I love him to death. He's like this big teddy bear that you just have to scratch and say, "Oh my God, we're going to war. We're gonna die." And I keep telling him, you need to, number one, keep your head on. Number two, just stay in your house and stay safe. And number three, just calm down. Don't worry about it. It's all going to be fine. Everything is going to be all right. Trust me, it's going to be okay. So, I mean, I find myself almost every day telling him that it's going to be all right. And then he'll tell me, "What do you know?" I'll be like, "If I told you, you wouldn't believe me anyways, because that is just you. So just, it's going to be okay."
Okay. So to take it to a higher discussion, like I was saying earlier with Charlie Kirk and what's going on there. Now, it's clear to me that mainstream and what really happened are two different things. Now, does that mean that one side is corrupt and lying, and it doesn't necessarily mean that, because it's all an act and a performance. So it's sort of like,
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, mainstream media does not get paid to report. Mainstream media gets paid to stir propaganda. That's what they get paid to do.
yeah,
They very rarely go out on a scene of anything and report. It's not like it used to be back in the day when we had actual news. Now they
hmm
walk into a room and they get a text or a whatever on their papers that tells them what they talk about, what they have to talk about that day.
hmm
Okay. With Charlie Kirk, there's a lot of strange things that are happening, but it's
So
okay.
there's a division between social media right now and mainstream
Oh,
media.
yes.
And the
Main,
people
main,
that watch mainstream media won't even listen to anybody
nope.
that watches social media,
Yeah.
because
Nope.
they're,
Nope.
that's not their taste, or that's not their
Look,
class, or
there's
whatever it
things
is.
going on right now. A lot of the ICE agents that are going in and
Yeah.
grabbing illegals,
Yeah.
okay, they're finding children that are zip tied. They're finding children in, and I'm not talking about one or two here or there. I'm talking about 30, 40 of them. Now, if you watch you find the right news leak in like a newspaper, you can find it. But if you listen to mainstream media, they're not even covering it. Why? It's not the propaganda that they are supposed to be covering. That is why.
hmm
What they want to put out is, oh, it's Trump's fault that food stamps are getting cut. Actually,
hmm
no, it's not. The Democrats have turned it down 13, 14 times already.
The Schumer
Okay.
shutdown.
The Schumer shutdown, that's exactly what it is. So the mainstream media is propaganda that they get paid to do now. And that was signed into law by Obama when he was in office. That the mainstream media had the right to lie to the American people and cause propaganda. And that is exactly what they've been doing. They have perfected it over the years. They weren't really good at it at first, but they had help because the CIA is also involved in mainstream media. These people are told what to do and what to say. They don't go out there and
So,
report news. Only if it's good propaganda, they report it. School shootings, they're always going to do that. Always. Why? Because they're trying to get laws put to disarm Americans, just like they did to Australia, just like they do in the UK. Only we're not letting it fly. So, but the
well,
more that you see people getting killed, what's happening? What's happening? These people are all running around yelling, if they didn't have a gun, they wouldn't be dead. Well, people, I have one sitting on my desk that's been here for almost 2 years. And guess what? It's never gotten up and hurt a doggone person. Guns don't kill people, people kill people.
so so now Denise is saying, like, I think Erica wanted to take over. That's a good example. Now, is that the case? Or
There's
is Erica a new Erica, and there's an actress playing her part, and she's playing
there
the role of somebody wanting to take over? Or is it really Erica really taking over? I mean, there's such a performance. It's like,
There's
How
two
can
of
you
them.
react to any
There
of it?
are two of
Yeah,
them. There
that's
are
what
two
I've
of
been.
them.
Okay,
I will tell you that right now. There are two of
that's
them.
what I'm suspecting. Yeah.
And I think it didn't really have anything to do with her taking over. It had to do with money, money aspect, and the Jesuits and people being paid for this stuff. That's what it had to do with. So, and that is still something that is a very early subject. So a lot of things cannot be put out about that. I think, Chad, I did tell you about Charlie Kirk. I believe. Did I tell you about? Did I tell you?
Mm-mm.
You're thinking. Okay. Well, I'll tell you.
Mm-mm.
I'll
I
tell
don't
you.
think.
I'll tell you when we're done.
We went pretty deep last time, and it was really spot on with everything I had a question about. So, and I didn't even ask the questions. You were just answering my questions that I had lined up, and I'm like, wow, this is
I do
those
have a lot.
conversations. But
I have I have a lot of the answers, and then the first time that I get, well, I don't believe that, or come on, then I stop. Because there is no sense in me wasting my breath for things that people are going to find out anyways,
yeah,
and they're going to find it out the hard way. So I could either assure you and tell you this is what you have to look for, and you can listen to me and get yourself in the right mindset, and you'll be all right. Or you can tell me I'm full of crap. I don't care either way. I know where this is going, and I know what to do when it happens. And then when you call me up and you're freaking out, I'm going to say, hey, I tried to tell you. Click, figure it out now. Because I cannot, I have been dealing with this stuff since 2009, and different things from 2009 on. 2015, I already knew about a lot of this stuff, different stuff that was going to happen. Present day, as a matter of fact. So, you know, and back then you could tell somebody and they would just look at you and go, what in the hell are you talking about? You know, and all I can say is, oh, it'll happen. Just watch. Just wait. You know,
we're gonna get into some of that eventually, right? So we're
we
just
are.
building up to that,
Um,
yeah, a little
I
bit, because it's too much right now.
actually spoke with somebody and they said that when it comes time, I will get the A-OK and I can let it out like Flynn, but I have to kind of hold back a little bit because there are
Okay,
some things that cannot come out. And I
I
don't want
get
to
it.
say something
No, I get
that
why.
would be a boo-boo. But yes, eventually, yes.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Yeah. And it'll be fun. It will
S-
definitely be fun.
So, okay, now if I hit share screen, no, I don't know if I want to mess with.
Did you want to talk about the Titanic?
Yeah, maybe because I had like some pictures
Because,
here, like of Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus, and then I I see the similarities, but then when you see the two of them together, one's face is longer and the other one's shorter.
well,
There's differences,
yeah,
that's why
I
I was
don't.
wondering, is this cloning and one's the male version, one's the female version?
Well,
And
let me tell you, a lot of people that you think are female are actually male, and a lot of people that you think are male are actually female. It is such a screwed up thing, and there are people you think, oh my God, what a beautiful woman.
yeah,
No, Sandra Bullock, she's a
yeah,
cutie. Guess what? She's E. I
I
mean, I
believe.
can go down the whole entire line. So, I mean, this has been going on for a very long time, a very, very, very long time.
Yeah,
It's like they will use somebody as an actor or an actress and then, yes, bring them back as somebody else later. When their career dies out, they may not have made it as a man, but they made it as a woman. Uh, Ellen Ellen DeGeneres,
I have a picture of her and Abraham Lincoln too.
and and Ellen is a boy.
Oh,
Yes,
Emily?
Emily.
Is that what you said?
No, I said Ellen. Ellen DeGeneres,
Is what?
a boy, a male.
Oh,
Yes, and I mean there's a lot of them. There are ones that you wouldn't even. Playboy. There was a lot of them in Playboy that were men. A lot of them. Because if they can't make it in a certain actress role or actor role, but they could make it as the opposite sex being sexy in something else, they're going to do that. They're going to use it to their advantage. Hollywood is about as crooked as they come. Are you kidding me? They
and
have the
now
means and the way.
there is like a little vampiric feeling to LA, and that is where Hollywood is, especially around the Sunset Boulevard area. And um,
I know it well. Yes.
okay.
I grew up there,
I
so
wouldn't imagine. I would imagine that there's some intermingling then with that and Hollywood. Um,
they had a lot of nightclubs that used to stay open even after hours, and there was only a select few that were allowed in.
oh,
Um, yeah, that Hollywood's a very strange place. Now, I haven't been back there in a very long time, nor do I have the desire to go because I know it's nothing like it used to be.
yeah.
It's real bad now, but I'm not saying that in the line of like the vampiric atmosphere. I'm saying it in the line of theft and crime and stuff like that. It used to be a happy-go-lucky, everybody run around, drink and get high place to be, but now I think it's more. I don't. I don't know. California has let a lot of things go downhill, and a lot of beautiful places um, turn really crappy, really
Yeah,
crappy.
they have. Yeah, they have San Francisco, and
Yeah.
I haven't even been
So
to San Francisco in so long I couldn't tell you what it's like, but I do remember them shitting in the streets then.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's an open society of everybody just poops somewhere, and they wonder why everybody in California gets sick all the time. Good God. I mean, it's ridiculous. I have never. I Sometimes I sit there and I think to myself, I'm ashamed that I grew up there. But I know that when I got old enough to get out, I got out. I got out. I was done. And I've only been back twice since I left. And I left when I was 18.
You know, what would be interesting too is what you're talking about with the Titanic and its sisters, because the world is a performance, as we said, and
Well, there was reasoning.
yeah,
I can
um,
I can go over that with you real quick. Like,
because I would love to, and because I know there's a continuation to it too, pr- um, a prospect of it. That there were survivors of the Titanic, the rich and the elite that were repurposed. Like one became a prince, one became, the same thing that we're talking about right now, dying and being repurposed. So,
well, the thing of it is with the Titanic when it was built, where it started, and the whole head of the snake on that one were the Rothschilds and the federal banking. Okay, so to go on that ship was supposed to be several different bankers. Okay, you had J.P. Morgan, you had people from the Rothschilds, and then you had other rich bankers. Now, when they brought up the federal banking, taxation, and all of that stuff, there was 3 of those head money bankers that didn't want to go for that. They weren't for it. They were like, no, we can't do that to the people. Okay. So
Okay.
one of the ships, one of the sister ships, the Titanic was the Olympic. The
Yep.
Olympic had been up and running for 50 years. It was a piece of crap, really. Then they had the Titanic, which was heavily insured. Brand new cruise liner. So what did they do? They slapped a new paint job on the Olympic. They changed the names. They sent that thing out there. And to make sure that those bankers didn't try to fight what they were doing, do you honestly think that that thing hit an iceberg? No, it didn't. Those ships were built to be able to plow through those things. Okay, period. So I think because at the last minute, who got off of there? JP Morgan and his wife. At the last minute, they got off that ship.
No.
Guess who's one of the biggest banking? Who owns JP Morgan Chase? The other one I used to use started with the F. What was it? Come on, Brenda. You know what bank? Wells Fargo. Those are big banking systems
Mm-hmm.
that the Rothschilds have got a lot to do with. So basically, they took out their competition. It's the same thing like it is nowadays. They don't like it, they take it out. Because the Olympic was already old. Okay? It had already been out there for a long time. So they replaced it with the Titanic, called it the Olympic. And that ship sailed for 50 some odd years. If it was the Olympic, it would have never made it that far. And at the same time, they collected the insurance money on the Olympic that sunk as the Titanic. So it was a money grab and a way to get rid of their opponents.
Okay.
So,
Now,
yeah.
where is the Titanic? Do you think? I've heard rumors that it's the
Queen
Queen
Mary.
Mary with one of the stacks removed, but I'm not convinced
Yeah,
of
I was
that.
gonna say
But I
I'm
see
not
the
sure
2
if the
ships.
I'm not sure if the Queen Mary was big enough.
And I also heard that it was the Lesusthwania.
Lithuania.
Yes, thank you.
Now that could be. That could be.
And now I have a picture here of let me see if I can somehow.
Hello, Woo.
I know. I saw that.
Woo jumps in here at night every once in a while, Denise. He doesn't get too far away from me.
There we go.
What you got?
I think they sent you a picture of the ships, the Olympic and the
Oh. Did you send him to me on Messenger?
Yeah, it'll take a second, I think.
Okay. Now we do have, I think, what, 2 more of those, 2 more different videos.
Oh, you want to look through a couple of those just to see? Because they are entertaining. I mean, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. He's always watching. I know, Woo. You're my favorite stalker. Woo's my favorite stalker. He's great. All right, so let's see. That was part 1. So we'll do the part 1 first. Let's see.
I haven't seen this.
But Oh, wait a minute. It's Tyler
Oh,
again. How did I get that?
it's the same thing. No, it's the a picture I sent you, I think. Is that what you were, or did you?
Oh, hang on. I'm looking.
They're all him, I think. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. I get it now. They are all him. Okay. So let me go to. So we already seen one then. So we got to look at two. Would you just hold on there a minute there, Tyler? Good God Almighty. Buddy, hang on. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, happy birthday, Woo. If I had you on my Facebook, I would have. It would have popped up. I would have known. Woo turned 40. Everybody, he's still a young little snip.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll listen to another one of Tyler's videos.
It's all downhill from here, Woo.
Yeah, I have always said they lied to you when you were younger and said that growing up and being adult was fun
I,
because,
I
yeah, it
suggest
ain't no
you
fun.
start doing Pilates right away.
Yeah, it's no fun. Your body starts hurting, your bones start aching. You can't get rid of the fat that you got on you. I told you I'm having surgery, right? Did I tell you, Chad?
No.
Mm. Yeah. My doctor's hooking me up with a bariatric surgery because the condition I'm in, I can't lose weight.
Oh.
I try, but apparently thyroid weight is a lot worse to lose than baby weight, which is absolutely true. I know. I've got both. And I can't exercise, so it'll just be easier to take half of my stomach, and then it should come off. I don't have as much to lose as like most people. Like usually people that get that surgery, they weigh like 600 pounds, and they have to get that much down. I only have to lose about, I think he said anywhere between 75 and 80. So
Okay.
he said it shouldn't take me as long. But it's because my bones are so small and I can't, standing up is really starting to hurt me. Moving is starting to hurt me. And I'm getting older, so my bones aren't as strong as they used to be. Good Lord, I broke all of them, so you'd think they'd be fine, but because I can like lift myself up with my arms, but it's getting harder. So yeah,
Okay.
they wanna do that and get me back down to. They're looking at my charts, going, "Did you know that even after you lost your leg, until you had your stroke and lost your thyroid, you were only 114 pounds?" I said, "I know. Tell me." I was always like that.
When is this going to take place?
Well, I'm setting up the appointment with them to talk to them about it. I've been
Okay.
kind of holding my feet on it because I want to see what's going on with things.
Okay.
I don't want to have to get halfway in the middle of a surgery and then say, "Oh, guess what? The insurance isn't going to pay for it," and then I'm going to have to go slap somebody in the head. But
Now, the reason you didn't get those pictures is because I accidentally sent them to another chat, and they're wondering what the heck I'm sending those photos for. So I just said that was a mistake, so I sent them to you. Sorry.
that's kind of funny. But yeah. Okay, let me
Kinda.
that is funny. I've done that before, so I mean it's I've accidentally sent somebody the wrong things all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
Any
both ships have
private
4
chat.
stacks. Huh?
Okay, they both got 4 stacks? Yeah, so they look
Yes.
similar. I don't know, there was somebody that did something on this before on these ships, and I'm not sure I was quite convinced with
Well, I do know that one is bigger than the other, and the Olympic didn't have as many
Oh,
lifeboats.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
like the Titanic, when they got it, it had double the lifeboats, had a lot of lifeboats, and the Olympic didn't, which is why all the people couldn't get off of that ship, because they didn't have enough lifeboats.
Mm.
I mean, my hat goes off to the people that did go down with the ship, the band that played all the way until it went down. I mean, kudos to them. You know, that's pretty pretty stand up.
Yeah.
You ask me. So, all right, let me bring you this. Oh, doggone it. Did I already do that? Yeah, I already had it up. Duh. Silly me. All right, let's see what he has to say in this one. Silly man.
What an amazing transformation. I wonder how she did it. Well, you know how they like to tell us the truth in the movies, right? Well, this is from the movie Death Becomes Her, and notice how she puts a knife in a reddish vial and then adds that to her red stuff, and let's see what happens to that hand. All right, yeah, and oh, it gets younger. And it's not just the hand. Let's see what happens when she drinks it. I wonder what's in there. I wonder if it rhymes with abrenobrome. So let's see what happens.
Tyler.
Oh, she becomes youthful and young again. How amazing. I wonder what else they have to say in this movie.
But you must make me a promise. The secret that we share must never become public.
Mm-hmm.
You may continue your career for 10 years of perfect, unchanged beauty. But at the end of that time, before people become suspicious, you have to disappear from public view forever.
How would we do that?
You can retire. You can stage your own phony death. Or, as one of my clients simply said, I want to be alone. No.
I wonder what else they have to say in this movie.
I must remind all of you who staged your own deaths of our very strict policy against popping up in public to grab a few headlines. I won't name names. You know who you are.
Just trying to have some fun, man. That's all I was doing. King of rock and roll, Elvis. Elvis! We love Elvis. I shouldn't say this. You'll say I'm very conceited, because I'm not. But other than the blonde hair, when I was growing up, they said I looked like Elvis. You see that? Did you believe it?
Like I said, they tell us. They have to. I wonder what else that movie had to show. And just for the uninformed that don't know who that was, it was Andy Warhol and Marilyn Monroe. You know, the people that I say are the same person. Funny how they show the two of them together right after a scene talking about staged deaths. They weren't trying to tell us anything there. I mean, Andy Warhol just happens to have a very noticeable scar right in the exact same place that Marilyn had a mole, but that's total coincidence. Not to mention those two exact dots right there as well. Kind of like how country singer Morgan Wallen has a scar right there. Very noticeable scar, right? Right there. And Dale Earnhardt, who hit a wall, who died hitting a wall. Morgan Wallen just happens to have that exact same scar, and their faces match up perfectly. Same mustache. Oh, and you know what she and her daughters like to get? I wonder what all that stuff is on her face. Maybe you can read down here what it is. Remember how I keep saying they tell us in the movies? They call them vampires, though, and how in vampire folklore they do that from those people to maintain their that and that. A concept mirrored in recent studies that show factors in can rejuvenate aging tissue. A real study. A real study. And you know what else vampires do? They do this. to escape any suspicion of not aging, because they're typically depicted as ageless, nearly immortal beings. Now maybe the work I've been doing for 2+ years is going to add up to you a little more. But of course, all this is for entertainment purposes. I'm sure all these people definitely didn't stage their deaths and become.
Now, my
Okay.
family knew Elvis. Elvis, when he was younger, he used to play in my grandfather's shed. My father has got a oil painting of me when I was younger, sitting on Elvis's lap. So
Oh, wow.
I don't think he's a vampire because my father watched him grow up. Unless he inherited that later. But I do know for a fact when he first died, and he got weight off, he went and he worked in Vegas for a while as an Elvis impersonator.
Oh, wow.
I mean, what a better place to hide. You know how many of them there were? A lot. A lot. A lot.
These people to avoid suspicion of not aging. And they definitely didn't do it by guzzling down a Brina Brome. Entertainment only, people. I'm a satire account. I don't really care about exposing all these vampire, fallen angel minion, just people.
Okay.
He gets on the right. He's on the right track. Just with some of them, he's a little off. But
Yeah.
I do give him a lot of credit because he does do a lot of digging.
That's what I do too. But then I'll look at things like he'll say like Bob Marley is Mandela.
You know, I haven't seen that
Nelson
one yet.
Mandela.
That would be something interesting.
But their faces don't exactly, there's differences. I don't see it exactly, but similarities, yes. So that's why I'm just like, what's going on? There's something going on. I can't figure it out, but it's something to do with the elite, something to do with our resets, something to do with the performance going on. And I do believe some of them are faking their deaths.
Well, and like I said, so yes, quite a few actually. The last check I had, there was like 900 of them. I'm pretty sure some of them have passed on now because it was a while ago, but some of them, yes, had to do that. But it's because of the certain things that have been going on in this country and around the world. It's been going on for a really, really, really long time. So, and when certain people find out, you have to be afraid for your life because these people are going to find a way to take you out, period. That's what happens. Let's see, it's 9:29. Okay, let me bring up, let me move this over here. Okay. So this, I don't think I can make that one any bigger either. That right there, I think, is supposed to be the Olympic.
No, that's the Lithuania.
Oh, that's the Lithuania. Wow, that does look like it, don't it?
Yeah, and then the other two are.
See how it has the front square?
Yeah.
That front square is made, and it's all the way down because they make them all the same. Then, like these, okay, they're made like that to be able to bust through ice and icebergs and all that. And this is all heavy plated steel. So they said that it went in through the side. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure a missile can do that. Yeah. History, everybody.
Yep.
Lies to us. Period. That's all she wrote. Now let me find that other. You get over here. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is, or even where that came from. Okay. Let's see.
Damn it! Did I send it to the wrong?
What?
Can I unsend? Damn it! Oh boy, I sent them another picture.
Show me your Sharon. Sharon is caring. It's like, oops, so sorry. So I have that part 3 video, the one of the New York Post that Tyler did. Wow, that just says it right out there with the New York Post, don't it? Holy crap.
Okay, now I gotta send it to you. I was very careful not to do that, and it did it anyways.
It happens. It happens.
Okay, and I didn't hear the ding when I sent it, and that's when I'm like, oh, I know. I already know what happened.
Yeah, you can hear the ding when you send it to me. Okay. Let's hear this one. I think this is the part 3. Yeah, part 3.
New York Post said what?
Yeah.
Name that is just too dangerous for this.
Yeah,
psyche.
so yeah, if you don't drink the Kool-Aid, you don't drink the gold juice. So I was offered the gold juice 3 times in my 20s, my 30s, and
What's
my
that?
40s.
Pee? A lot of golden showers in
The
Burbank.
gold juice that I will live forever and I'll have whatever I want. The gold juice.
I
You never
remember
offered
this.
the gold juice?
I
No,
remember this interview.
I'm a scumbag comic. What's the gold juice?
Oh, but I didn't drink it and I didn't want it. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's like a real thing. Like, it's all a real thing. And it's scary because they send like people after you and they can like kind of moonlight as like a friend or they're wolf in sheep's clothing. And listen, you can have everything you want, all the fame in the world, all the money. I'm like, what if I just drank it? But then you know what I mean? Like, what if and I don't know what it is. If it's a metaphor for the gold juice, like, you feel what I'm saying?
Mostly.
And
if there's a tincture that makes you younger, let me in on this. If adrenochrome's real, I'll be first in line.
apparently you can, put, you know, some of the women put like some type of like baby's foreskin on their face.
Sure. Why do you think I'm having a kid?
I don't believe in all that adrenochrome. So I'm like, there's just no way that all that.
No, because if it existed, I'd be there right now. To me, I'm always like, no, the truth is so much worse than these wild rumors that you guys are coming up with.
Nah, it's definitely not true. I wonder what all that stuff is. If you can read. And have you seen how her mom looks recently? Must have a good plastic surgeon. What'd she say? Something about a tincture if you just drink it and it could make you younger? Well, they tell us in the movies. And that tincture just happened to make her younger. But these vampires, I mean people, don't actually consume red stuff that would make you look younger, right? No, that's ridiculous.
I do believe they're doing that.
Blood might mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood. It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood
reason?
and let's drink it.
I wonder what the reason could be. And I wonder if they also tell us in the movies how faking death to escape suspicion of not aging is a common trope in vampire fiction. Now maybe next time when you see me talk about these people who supposedly died, but actually just became these people, you might understand it a little better and might not be a troll in my comments. Take a look. I've proven them.
Now I'll tell you what, Jim Morrison.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one,
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Who's the other person that he fades to, though? It's an older person.
Yes, and he actually is in part of Congress.
Hmm.
And I can't remember for what state, but I seen him and he's got all white hair, but those blue eyes don't ever go anywhere.
Hmm.
And then there is Jimi Hendrix, and I know exactly who that was the minute. Yeah.
I sent you a picture of him
Yep.
and so. Okay.
And I've seen interviews that he's done where they've talked about him doing music,
You
and
know,
he
yeah.
says I play a pretty mean guitar. So yeah.
Do we think that the poor missing children have anything to do with this horror? I'm sure. Unfortunately,
I
I don't know about the. Yeah, I think there's a lot of Yeah, I do.
well, yeah, that and underground stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of the missing children sometimes come from illegals or other people that can't report or can't, and so it's
No.
just done where, they know where to aim, is from what I understand. But when I think about like Marilyn Monroe being Andy Warhol, I can see it because if you look at like Pamela Anderson then and Pamela Anderson now with no makeup, same difference
Well,
almost.
if if she did play that part, that's all it was, because that right there, that one was all woman. Oh my gosh, if I had any more uh different people contacting me today. Oh my gosh. I've been the object of popularity. Um okay, wait.
Especially that one.
That one right there. Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, and speaking of that one, do you notice how she called it the gold juice? Do you know he has a golden toilet and multiple gold statues? And is the guy making the golden
That's
dome.
a little
and he
stretch.
himself put up this picture of himself in the White House. I wonder what that horn is. I wonder what that horn is. And if the Statue of Liberty is actually the statue of Lucifer, and the original Statue of Liberty face looked exactly like Elvis, and I've proven this, makes you wonder about how they keep posting him with those above his head. And if you want a 10-minute breakdown of what I really think the gold juice is, not just the stuff that rhymes with abrinabrome, you should go check out my 10-minute subs only video. It's well worth $2. But of course, all this for entertainment purposes. I'm sure that that little horn that he put up of a picture of him in the gold house, because he decorated it all gold, by the way. I'm sure that's
I have
just
not seen that one.
a random decoration in an artistic painting. Entertainment only. I know they don't think they're dead because they can stay youthful and young for hundreds.
He put a wig on the Statue of Liberty.
He's definitely Lucifer.
To prove it's Elvis.
Guy that sings.
Oh my
that
gosh.
was worshipped by the entire world, kind of like Don L, as in Elohim. Elvis. Entertainment only, people.
Yeah, sometimes
Carparts.com always delivers.
And he is not a big fan of Trump, so anything he could find or come up with on that's the way he does it. But
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
yeah. But that's all right.
Well, I would understand it if it was like he was accusing them of being clones. Doppelgangers. I mean, it's just like, okay, because I sent you the one of Ellen and Abraham. Yeah.
And that's not that actually that hang on a second, let me show you something. That is not
A real picture of Abraham.
yeah, that's not Abraham. That's
Okay.
Henry Thomas. That's somebody she's supposedly related to.
Oh,
or
okay.
They said was her, but hang on a second. see if I can bring this up. It's not very big though.
If you hit Control Plus, does it make it bigger?
The last time I did that, I messed everything up, but I can try
Oh
it.
no.
Let me see. Well, first I can't even see a doggone thing. Look at me. Gutsy! Where are you? I know you're here. Well, Brenda? Oh, there it is. There. No, all that does
No,
is mess
that's
with
fine.
my screen.
Okay. All right.
Whoops. Now how do I get it to go back?
Because I see similarities in these people. To say they're the same person and just regenerating, I don't know if I'm all on board with that.
Well,
Although
this one
I
here,
don't know.
I do believe that this was like a relative, a distant relative years ago, but there was a leak from Ellen's father about Ellen being the only son he ever had.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course.
Yes, I remember. Okay, I
But of
remember hearing
course.
something about that. Yes.
But of course. Let me see what else we got up here. Oh yeah. Oh, got it. You think so small. Shooty booty. I don't know why. When I save it to my computer and try to bring it up, I can't ever get it right. It does such stupid stuff.
You know, and there's always reincarnation too, because you do look kind of similar, I think, from lifetime to lifetime. But
Well, it's not only that, but I think that they use a lot of siblings too. Like this one right here. Let me show you something. That one that you sent me of Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though they do look similar, one's face is longer than the other, but
Yeah.
if you look at their characteristics, they look more like siblings than they do anything. And they never tell you that these people are related or whatnot. And half of them that say, like Miley Cyrus was supposed to be Travis, what was his name? Travis Tritt? No, was it?
Oh, Achy Breaky Heart.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus, that's right. Was supposed to be his daughter, okay? But just because it was his daughter, he raised her. That doesn't mean that she was his.
Yeah, their pictures together were pretty provocative.
Now, let me tell you something else about her because she grew up doing stuff with Disney.
Yeah.
Now, Disney used to clone their children for their TV shows. So, is she a clone of something that was got from Justin here? And she was just raised by Billy Ray?
That's what I'm wondering, because the similarities are just too candid in some of these people.
Yeah, could be. You know, they play so many games, they hide so much. It's so everything deceives, and it's right there in front of people, and nobody sees it. That's what gets me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I see things even when I was younger. I would see things and go, huh. You know, and it's just like this whole thing with the Mandela effect. People that died back when I knew they died. I don't even know how many times Bob Barker passed away. That man stayed over Fox for decades and decades and decades. I mean, and then before you know it, here they are. They come back, and you're like thinking, wait a minute. Or they hear they died. Didn't that person already die? oh, wait a minute, hang on. You know, like you remember that happening.
Yeah.
Timeline problem? Could be.
Yeah.
Could be a timeline problem. Could be a timeline clash. Yep. More likely.
I do think they're wearing prosthetic mask as well, or was that
Yeah.
what it's called? Prosthetics
A
or
lot of
ma
them,
the
they have,
mask.
yeah, they have very good ones. You can put them on and nobody would even
So
know that's what you were, unless they walked up to you and to pinch your face and pulled it. That would be the only way. But you can't even get close enough to have these people to touch their face. Go ahead, walk up to Trump and try to touch his face and see what happens.
I know.
See what happens. See which one NFL tackles you.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, I mean, so yeah, a lot of different interesting things in this world that's going on. There's a lot of lesser of two evil things going on. There's a lot of same bird, same wings of the same bird, just each pointing for a different direction. One's better than the other, even if it's still kind of bad. It's probably better than the way it was supposed to be, because we all know it was supposed to be 8 years of Obama, 8 years of Hillary. In all the 16, by the Obama was supposed to start the division, which he did. Obama signed a bunch of things into law, and he did. The propaganda from the media, all that stuff. When Hillary got in, by the time Hillary got in, she was going to throw us into World War III right off the bat and destroy this country. Why? You want to know why?
So China could take over?
No. Well, I don't know.
I thought
Probably
that's what their plan was, but yeah.
probably Middle East, but
Oh.
no, they did it because we are the only country that has our rights and we stick to them, our constitution. Do you know that if this country gets into a war and we lose, our constitution is null and void, and it goes to whoever wins, and they set the constitution, or they reset it. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to go. It's the way it's supposed to work. Everything that's happening right now is being, and people can sit there and say, "Oh, I just don't know why Trump don't do this." Trump right now is doing everything by rule of law. If you don't know what that is, look it up and read on it. Everything that he is doing by rule of law, so that somebody can't come back later and say, well, you can't do this. Everything is by the book. Rule of law. Laws that were written back in the 1700s. Everything, the original laws we were supposed to have. Everything by rule of law. Very specific. Very, very, very specific. Down to the T.
And now by Trump, are you talking about Elvis?
Huh?
I said by Trump, are you talking about Elvis?
Talking about.
No, I'm teasing.
Talking about Trump.
I don't buy that. He's
If
Elvis.
you want to talk about, there's like 5 of them, but you know.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I'm grateful because I feel like we have the bird here instead of like the left wing and the right wing, you know? And so, because they're all animated. I don't know, like controlled by mainstream and propaganda. No. And they can't even hear that there might have been a reset. They don't even that's not in their language, because I think Denise said earlier she tried talking to her family It didn't go well.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that we have this here, so we can just talk candidly back and forth about this and not have to sit there and go,
And
oh, they're
yeah.
crazy for bringing this up, but we're bringing it
Well,
up and we're
they
looking at
screwed
it,
up.
like, because there's something to it. There's
You
something
know where
off.
they screwed up? Okay, they've had this going for so many decades. Do you know why? Because we didn't have the internet. Once the internet came available, that's when people started digging. That by the time they figured out, oh my God, people are looking, and they changed Google to fit their narrative, people already had it out. People screenshotted and people downloaded and it was already out there.
Yeah.
If they were going to do this again, they should have done it and not put the internet out. They would have got away with it. But because the internet is forever, you put something on the internet and that's where it stays. And that's how people figure a lot of stuff out. Unless you're in a close proximity and you happen to just know. So, internet's there. And people went and found stuff that was the first thing. Curiosity people who have their own mind that ask questions. And that's the way it should be. People should question everything they see and everything they hear. Every single thing. Question it.
Not everybody does. I feel like we're divergent, and I feel like we have divergent, people watching us because they're not following the mainstream narrative.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, it does happen. And, if you now you're going to find people that are going to fearmonger. There's people that are going to say things and make it sound truly, truly nothing but fear, which is partly what the job of mainstream media is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything's infiltrated, and that's what they don't understand. Like the people that watch mainstream media, they think theirs is pure and ours is tainted. It's like, well, I'm sorry, intelligence isn't just memory. It's intellect and it's gentia, and you can use your intuition and you can use your whatever it is you got going for you to read into energy and decipher, because there's a lot of BS out there on social media right now. A heck of a lot. And then a lot of it's CIA or alphabet soup, let's say, pushing narratives or controlling even like some of the alternative narratives, out there and stuff like that. So we have to use our intuition and stuff and we don't have to explain that to our audience, you know what I'm saying? But you would have to explain it to your family or anybody else because they just assume you're watching everything without a filter. Not true.
Yeah, that's right. That's not true.
I would rather, us figure out what the truth is than be right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Where my family and friends are more interested in being right than what's right. They'd rather say, nope, let's go with the mainstream narrative. That's what's safe. We can't possibly think of, resets and things like that.
It really
They
isn't
won't
safe.
even look at it, touch it, sniff it, taste it, nothing. They won't even.
See, your boomers will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Your boomers will do that because to them it's safer that way. They don't have to.
You're right.
They don't have to deal with that. They're too old to deal with that crap.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they think of this as crap, and I'm like,
Gen
it's
X
not crap. Your mainstream is crap.
Yeah, and we're Gen X. We're overgrown children, really. We don't have a problem fighting back, and we don't have a problem opening our mouths, and we don't have a problem questioning things, and we don't have a problem saying what we feel. I mean, because we sat still for so long and thought, okay, we'll let the world go and leave us alone in peace. And then once the world started interfering in our peace, that's all she wrote. Now they have to tolerate us. Who cares?
But Denise, you're divergent. You're a divergent boomer.
Yeah. They don't want outside the box. And for those of you that don't know, when I originally started this show, that's what I called it. It was outside the box.
Okay.
And then when Penny came on and we were doing it, she accidentally did it beyond the box, and I didn't want to change it because she had already done everything, so I just left it that way.
Oh.
So but that is what I called this show when we first started it, was outside the box. Why? Because we were going to be talking outside of the box.
Yeah, yeah.
Period. That's what we did. So it is 9:57. Well, my time. What time is it? Your time? 8:57. 7:57.
Yeah, 7:57. I had to make sure I'm looking at the right
That's right.
clock.
You're 2 hours
Everything got
behind me.
reset. Yeah, and I have half of them automatically reset and some of them not. So
Yes.
it is 7:57.
I really do hope that you guys come and join us, myself and Sportcat, Monday through Fridays from 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. That would be 11 o'clock your time, Chad. You'd be sleeping in.
No.
But join us on that. Come and join us and watch that show. Glenn and I have a good time.
Yeah.
He told me today that there is an actual channel that wants to pick us up. And so he's debating, which is Channel 12. We already go out in Australia and all kinds of different places. We have fun. If you want serious, stick to it, they get paid to lie to you news, you don't have to watch. But if you want truth, fun, and laughter, come on and hang out, because this is what we do. He had to pull me on there to be his counterpart of a smart ass because he can't do it all on his own.
It's great chemistry. I enjoy watching it.
Yeah, him and we always get along. And I don't care how angry I get at him or he gets at me. It doesn't ever work. And there's times if I don't talk to him every day, you know what he messaged me and tells me, "Did you leave me?" No, Glenn, you forgot all about me. No, Glenn, who can forget about you? We cannot forget about you. Isn't that right, Denise? So, but we are going to get out of here. I know Denise has been up with the show. Thank you for staying up and watching, Denise. I'm glad you were here.
Yeah, thank you, Denise.
And we are going to get out of here and then watch for the notification. Chad and I are going to set up more shows now that I'm feeling better, starting to get into the kink of things. I just don't want to overdo myself too much. So, but I can't leave Glenn because, God, if I left him, Denise, he would fall apart. Look at what happened that day I overslept. Oh, my gosh. I thought he was going to lose his ever-loving mind. But we have fun. I'm glad that you came in and watched it, Chad, today. We do. We have a good time. We really do.
And Steve just dropped the link to their show, so I just subscribed. I just caught that. So.
Oh, to whose show?
It's the Sports Cat show.
Oh, okay. Oh, he did? Oh, I didn't know he had that one. But yeah, we get on here and we have a blast. And it does come through my channel as well as his, because we've got them linked up. So the notifications will show up on Beyond the Box also. Like I said, we're killing it. He told me tonight, we're getting views up the yin yang in Australia and everywhere else. I mean not listeners, because it's an internet radio show out there. And we're killing it. So he said that this Channel 12 wants us also. So I'm like, okay,
Yay.
well, whatever you want to do, I'm fine. It's 2 hours of screwing around. I can't pass that up. God, that's that gives me something to look forward to.
Mhm.
So hey,
And it's nice
like
having
that.
something in the afternoon to listen to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's been messing. I mean, my sleep is pretty messed up because I stay up late with
Yeah.
Abe's shows. Then I go to sleep. But when I go to sleep early, I always get up at like 3 or 4 in the morning, anyways. Then I can't go back to sleep until like 7, and then I have to make sure I don't oversleep for Glenn's show.
Got you.
It's like, wow. But the one that's suffering right now, oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. Come here. Come here. It's been a while since Denise has seen you. Say hi to Denise. Look
Oh
at Denise. Look what I
gosh.
got.
Oh.
Hi, baby. Are you mad at me? Did I pick you up?
Oh.
You was sleeping. He's like staring straight ahead, going, don't talk to me. Do not talk to me. My little brat. He's losing weight, though, which is good. It's good. Because he's only supposed to weigh like 6 pounds max. And he weighs 9.8.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's a little heifer, but he is losing weight. And right now I've got him strictly on just his boiled chicken because yeah, he's doing so much better now. I did not realize that dogs could get pancreatitis. And then I did some reading, and somebody else, I think it was Denise or somebody, said that they knew somebody that had a Chihuahua that got pancreatitis. And I looked it up, and yeah, little dogs can get pancreatitis really easy. And I'm like, well, yeah, that was not a fun time for me, man. I was hysterical. And that vet bill about killed me. I don't know. We're just hanging in there. Couldn't believe it. I should have been a vet. $889 for one X-ray and stuff to make him stop vomiting and a checkup.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, and it hurt us severely. But he's my best friend. I wouldn't know what to do without him. So I was like, well, if I can't pay rent because we got to pay for the dog, then I'll live in my car because, he's well worth the vet visit. It's the way it works. It's what happens. It's what happens when we have babies, But yeah, he's doing so much better now, and I'm glad. I thought he got better, and then all of a sudden the next night he was like sick again. I was like, oh my God, no. So we let it go, and now he's gone a full 24 hours without the medicine for getting sick.
Okay.
And he's been eating. Like I said, I've got him very little portioned. I'm not letting him gobble down all his food all at once. So, but yeah.
Is he a Shih Tzu?
No. He is a Russian long-haired Chihuahua.
Okay.
And he's oh, okay, yeah, Lisa. He is from Russia. He came here from Russia. And his name is Putin. That's why his name is Putin, because he's from Russia. He's from Russia with love for me. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. And we shall see you on the next one. And like always, everybody, please be kind to one another. Have a great night.